And we've got a gem-packed show today, just proving it and talking about design itself. Our celebration of Women's History Month continues. Aditi Vyas is an award-winning industrial designer. You've probably seen her work in airports. She's done a lot for the Clear system, and now she's turning her design passion towards cars. Mike, how did you meet Aditi? And tell me how I've mangled her last name.
I wish I knew, but I found Aditi on YouTube. She was doing a video making a clay model of a car, and I got interested in her work and contacted her and thought we should have a woman on, in addition to bringing on women with many accomplishments in the industry. I thought it would be interesting to have a woman who's just getting into the industry and see how she plans to revolutionize the industry. So Aditi, tell us how you plan to do that.
Hi, Mike, and thank you all for all your kind words. And I'm glad you found me because not a lot of people go to my YouTube channel. So thank you. I mean, those are really, just hearing you talk about all the achievements that women are going to bring to the automotive industry is humbling. And women are taking charge, and I'm just really excited. How many times have you been in a car, sat in a car that was designed by an Indian woman? So only a handful. So I'm excited.
Just be kind to us men when you take over the industry, please.
Absolutely.
So how do you plan to improve on all the wonderful designs we've already had? How many more new designs are there possible?
Well, we didn't know that we would be talking about battery cells just till a few years ago. And look at Lars, he's making this entire gigafactory. So congratulations. And it's exciting. So there are two ways to look at it. It's either you can be like, oh, enough has been done. Enough products have been designed. And I am an industrial designer. So when I start designing something, I can either look at it as the glass half full or the glass half empty. And I try to look at it as glass half full. There's so many things that we still need to design, that things still need to become so much better designed, so much less frictionless, amazing. And I'm just excited to dive into that. So I look at it as there's so many things that can be designed, so many new innovations that still need to come. I mean, Star Wars came in 1977. I wasn't there, but I didn't see it. I saw it now, but are we still at that sci-fi rate? We're not. We're still catching up to all these fantasies that Hollywood has made for us, and we're still catching up to that. There's so much to design.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Star Trek, I mean, how many things from Star Trek actually became reality?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I work in the biometrics design industry. So facial recognition, fingerprints, looking at your iris, scanning your iris, all of that. And that is becoming a possibility now. Like it baffles me that innovation is taking so much time. We're still catching up, and so much needs to be done in the car industry. And when you look at car as something that Henry Ford designed, which is a body on four wheels and somebody steering it, the possibilities are so limited. But when you look at a car that takes you from place A to place B in the most amazing way, in the most personalized way, the scope just opens up. There's so much to be done.
Yeah. You know, Aditi, we were talking about it last week, the technical levels that we're at now and how complicated cars are. They come in there, 50 computers in one car. and it just made me think, well, what you were just saying, maybe you could help simplify the systems a little bit so that, they're a little bit less complicated to repair.
Yeah, it shouldn't look like a rocket cockpit. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but
I like that.
No, but I feel like so many people are already doing that, and Elon Musk is doing that, right? Like he is taking all of these extra things that were there, and that can be done with electric cars. So I'm so glad that more and more people are jumping on the electric car wagon, because it's needed. It's needed for the future to even exist. It needs. And just hearing Lars, that he's trying to make these cars that are clean inside out, not just electric cars, is thought-provoking, because not a lot of people think how this car was made and was it made in a clean way.
Aditi, speaking of thought-provoking, would you agree that no matter how beautiful any of your industrial designs are, nothing evokes the kind of emotional response as the design of an automobile.
Yeah. And that is the reason why I'm drawn to it, right? Like I've been in the industry for almost 4.5 years now. And I mean, I've wanted to be an industrial designer since I was 17. So I've been in this industry, I've seen, and there are so many things that I still want to design as an industrial designer. But a car is like, it's as big as buying a house. So you have a dream car. Like nobody has a dream toaster. Or nobody has a dream water bottle.
I do. I have a dream toaster.
You're one of a kind. So
For sure, he's definitely
one of a
Yeah,
kind.
one of a kind. Aditi, I was just going to jump in, and I'm pretty sure Lars is going to agree here. Would you say that industrial designers and designers generally are music makers, dreamers of dreams? And that is why we are able to innovate and go forward, because we, and I use the word we because I'm one of you too, because of my design background, we are always dreaming of the next new imaginary dream. And then we present that, and we present it to doers and makers who hopefully are going to make things happen.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. You're 100% right. We're the dreamers. We make it tangible for people. We're like the little minions who are going to help you have this futuristic technology.
So Didi, I have one very important question. I've always wondered about. Where do you get that big block of clay?
Oh my God, that was such a big hassle for me to find. And I was reaching out to all people on Instagram, just trying to find out that big block of clay. It's tough, and it's expensive. And I mean, it's a good piece of clay. It's a good investment.
But for people don't know, I mean, many cars are mocked up in clay in full size.
Absolutely.
Literally clay. Like they sit there with a little tool and work out the clay. Even in the age of CAD
CNC.
and right. So why is it that clay still has a role, do you think?
It is it's so adaptable. Like you can look at foam, and we use a lot of foam in my current job. So you can use foam, you can use cardboard, but nothing is as versatile as a clay. You can bake it, you can make it hard. I mean, it's soft when you start with it. You can heat it up, and you can people love working with hands, and I love working with hands. I know my generation does not, but I am the best with pen and paper. So like me, if you give me a pen and a paper, I'm great. And it's the same with the hands. You work with your hands, and it's so much more personalized. And what is in your head, you can do exactly what you want on the clay. And it's
You say
so
it all the
versatile.
time in the automotive industry, especially in the aftermarket industry. You got to have good hands. You got to have the hands.
Yeah.
So, Aditi, you use all your fingers, where most of your generation only uses the thumb, right?
That is true. But I mean, I saw Social Dilemma just 2 months ago. And since then, I've not opened my Instagram, my Facebook. I mean, I know. And a lot of people my age are stuck on that. And it's the sad reality.
Aditi, I'm really, really pleased that you've held up a pen and a piece of paper, because to me, drawing and sketching are the most important things. And very quickly, I did a feature on Auto Lab a year or two ago about clay in designing cars. That was my feature topic, using clay, how car designers and industrial designers use clay. And you've probably heard of the famous designer Raymond Loewy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He always used clay. That's what he used.
That's interesting to know, because no wonder he did amazing designs.
Yeah.
Because you can do everything with clay, and it's amazing. It's so
well, it's
great to
3D,
see
it's
Exactly.
actual three dimensions, and you'll know exactly what's going on, by seeing it in a full-size mock-up. I'm just blown away by how precise they're able to make it. If you guys out there, listeners, have never seen it, just like Google car design in clay, and you're going to see some amazing stuff. If you go on Facebook, Auto Lab Radio, you can see all of us here, and you can watch Aditi hold up her pen and paper. Robert.